Welcome to Paperweights, the podcast where two self-proclaimed gym rats and shooting enthusiasts delve into the world of literature with a sprinkle of humor. Although their biceps could crush a walnut, don't let that intimidate you. They also have a nerdy side. Mike and Brandon have a voracious appetite for reading, particularly in the fantasy genre, and they want to share their passion with you. So grab your protein shake and your favorite novel and join us for a humorous and insightful journey into the world of books with Paperweights.
Welcome back to another episode of the Paperweights. I'm your host, Brandon.
And Justin.
And today we are continuing our discussion of Book 3 of the Licanius Trilogy, The Light of All That Falls. We're about halfway through now, and I feel like it's starting to kind of snowball, kind of go down a hill, and we get to a crescendo. Hopefully it's good. Uh, I have a feeling that it will be just because of how popular this book is, and people recommend the series. So, um, yeah. So before we get into it, we are sponsored by Mudcat Whiskers. They're a Louisiana small business that sells beard care products. They also sell colognes, candles, and then shaving creams. So if you don't keep a beard on your face, they do have other things that you can go buy. So go check them out, www.mudcatwhiskers.com, and use code Paperweights at checkout, and you're going to save yourself some money. All right, Justin, how we feeling?
Uh, Largely the same. Like it's good, but not great. Uh, I mean, it's just the truth. It's. I mean, it's fun, but I feel like it started to explain its stuff, and I'm a little bit confused on some of the particulars. We can get to, but yeah, I mean, yeah, just kind of going along. See how it ends. Like I'm
Same.
enjoying the ride, but it's kind of like the same thing. Nothing else really.
It's like if you had no plans on a Friday night, except you wanted to hang out with some friends, and you're like, I don't want to stay at home though. So y'all just got in a car and rode around on the back roads in the country, kind of thing. Like,
I guess.
like you're not sure what you're doing or why you're doing it, but you're just hanging out and having fun.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I mean, it's just it. I mean, kind of is what it is, and I'm enjoying what it is. But yeah, it's kind of funny. There's some things that remind me about Throne of Glass in this section. I don't know if you got to them, so I don't know if I want to spoil you on that. But it's funny.
I am currently just finished the first part of book 3. So that
Okay.
first part is titled Heir of Ash. So I just finished that part, so I don't know.
Okay. I don't think I can say anything then.
Okay. It's funny you mentioned that. It also kind of reminded me of what was it that reminded me of it? Oh shit. Oh, kind of reminded me of the Maze Runner series, or I mean Hunger Games, whatever.
Hmm.
Any of those young adult dystopian novels that seem kind of, like yeah, Hunger Games. What was the other one? They made some movies of
Divergent.
Divergent. Yeah, just kind of like it's the whole feel of Zavelar just kind of feels like that.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah. That I have like recent instance on Davian because he basically does nothing this entire section, which that'll be fun. But yeah, it's interesting. I think it's a little too late for some of the tie-ins they starting to do, but I'm glad they're there. So yeah, it'll probably be a fun ending to the book to the series.
Yeah, I feel like there's too much that didn't get connected earlier.
Yeah.
He could have had bigger payoffs in books one and two and still
Yeah,
had some mystery.
it's kind of weird. It kind of feels like this should have been like a six-part book series, right? Just for all like the kind of the filler stuff that's in a lot of these a lot of these novels, like it seemed like that, or maybe even like a four-part like another book would probably be nice. Um
I could see four or five parts working well with the pace that seems to be
yeah,
there for revealing things. Because like, I mean, I don't even know why there's a map in this book because like 90 to 95% of this map isn't even used
no,
or even referenced. Like there's no reference to the islands that are up in the northwest.
no.
And like as of now, I mean, we're only getting talk about Nesk, which is like the whole southern country.
Yeah,
Um, we're only getting talk of that in the second quarter of the third book.
we'll get that in the Alaris spinoff series that they set up.
The Elric,
Elric, yeah,
yeah,
he hasn't
they're
been in the
so
book so long I forgot his name.
yeah, yeah. He's not in the book. Like, um, I was just like, man, this it's
They're definitely gonna show up with an army and save the day. Like, right? Maybe even
yeah,
with the
that
maybe even with the Venerant that's there.
yeah,
Um
Seer,
here. Yeah, it seems like it's definitely gonna happen. Um but
yeah. I
yeah,
mean, and not to get too much, but it does seem like Seer was one of the ones that did come over to uh Talcamar's side. Um
yeah, he volunteered to go into the tributary
yeah,
along
and what
with the other person I forgot.
uh
Uh,
I think he put Meldeer in his, but then the chick volunteered.
yeah.
What was her?
Ah,
I don't remember.
it's one of the
It's one of the Venerate.
men of the Venerant.
One of the
Um
Venerates.
but yeah,
Did I wrote all their names down somewhere. Is it
yeah,
you keep talking.
I was just, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I'm enjoying it well enough, and it's very easy to read. I probably, if this wasn't a podcast, I would probably just read straight through and just be. I'm kind of ready for it to be done. Like, I'm enjoying talking about it with you, but I'm also kind of like, I don't really need like 2 more weeks of this, even though it's gonna be fun talking about it. I would just power through it and finish it by now.
Yeah.
And then been like, oh, that was. And then somebody's like, what you reading? I'm like, oh, I finished Licanius. So it was pretty good. Do you like epic fantasy? Give it a try if you have nothing else to read. And they'd be like, okay, cool. Like
Uh,
that's my one sentence review of the series, most likely. It was pretty fun. Maybe I'll reread it in like 12 years. Or maybe not.
yeah. So Isiliar was the chick's name. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure she volunteered for it, but when she got
crazy.
out, she
Well, no,
resisted it.
no, no. We see Takmar put her in it, and she was all like, don't do it, Takmar. Because she's the crazy chick.
Yeah, she is the crazy chick, but I thought at first she was
No, because we see a flashback of him like shoving her in there
okay.
in book two or something.
I yeah,
I
there's
don't know. There's
so
a lot of
much that
people.
I mean this book is series is kind of confusing, so
Yeah,
remembering what little things happen here and there. But
I
speaking of
do.
that,
I do know that for a fact because she got put in there and then she like I think she fought so she wasn't in a Doken and that's why she was so insane. It might have been another lady, or probably was another lady that volunteered for it, but I forget her name if she existed.
yeah. But yeah, speaking of having things be confusing, so last episode I was talking about certain predictions and things. So uh, it was the story of the impossible tasks of Alaris Shar. So That is actually Alaris, the veteran Alaris, and he was the former king, and he meets Gash, who's like the herald of Shemaloth, and that's who gives him those impossible tasks. And then through those failures, um, kind of led him to believe that fate was insurmountable, and so he might as well just follow Shemaloth. I mean, that he gave his word that if he didn't complete one of those tasks, he would change sides. So, um,
Yeah.
those things are not Talcamar, like I was predicting that the three main characters were going to be those three characters. I
Yeah.
no longer do believe that. However, I don't know. What I don't know is if those impossible tasks were given to that
All of
whole
them.
story happened before he had met Talcamar or after he had met Talcamar.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That would have been a cool thing though, if your theory was correct and it was the three main characters, but alas, it's not that.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
Alaris.
hilarious.
And then
Yeah. Mm.
won't go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to move on to another
Oh,
topic.
yeah.
So I revisited the Davian visits Asha, comes back from the future and visits Asha scene in book one. And so he's one I found out that he is with Rethgar and a few other people we don't know, but he mentions Rethgar as one that he's like talking to while he comes back to the phone. Like, hey, hold on one sec. What was that? Hey, all right, here we go. Um, so I don't know. I have a feeling it could be he could still be in Zvalar when he does this because of the
Yeah.
sounds of metal clinking in the background. However, he is chained up with like a living black chain, um, and is able to access Khan to kind of block things off to only be able to talk to uh,
Yeah.
Asha.
I think he has the black chain in the flash forward of in book two when he fights the Dark Ethan guy. But I'm not sure. I didn't really go back to that.
I didn't go back to that one either.
Yeah, we should be getting that soon, though.
Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of fun to go back and see that they are connected. Um,
I hope he was like, I did this in book one. I should probably connect it. But kind of funny. He didn't.
yeah, if he didn't remember, like if
He's
he
like,
didn't have
did I do
intentions
a
of doing
future
it.
thing? Yeah. That'd be funny. People are just like, what happened to this flashback? He's like, oh yeah. Oops. My bad. Nah, I have faith in him to be not do that.
Unless we
There
get
is
a
some,
different
yeah,
version of it because he finally changed it.
yeah. I mean, there could be, yeah, stuff like that, or like I said, you could somebody else shapeshifted into him, but I doubt that. Um, yeah, we could go ahead with the summer if you want, if you got anything else.
No, let's do it.
All right, I'm just gonna do Davian real fast because really, literally nothing happens with him.
Okay.
He's in Zavalar. His friend is still infected with the darkness. He heals him real quick. He gets some of his metal stolen by a bully. Uh, they go underneath the bridge and like, hey, that's Talcamar is over there. And he's like, shit, okay, I should go see him. Uh, then like they're trying to get a bunch of metal with his people. The two red shirts die. Oh no, rip. He beats up the bully and he's like, hey, don't do that. And then he goes and talks to Talcamar, who has a lady that I don't remember if we've met before. And he finds out that he was like Malshesh and shit like that. And then he's like, "What? You can use Khan? We're saved!" And that's kind of all David stuff.
Yeah,
He
that
like
that
almost gets recognized a couple of times by the snake people, but doesn't. Yeah, it's
yeah,
kind of
that's kind of funny because it's like they have a hard time recognizing each other, but even a harder time recognizing differences between humans.
yeah,
Humans are like Asians to the Dark Aether. It's like, oh,
yeah.
oh.
They're very racist.
Uh,
Yeah.
but
Also, like
it
we find out that the eyeless face people, Banes, they see like with essence, and since Davian doesn't have essence, they don't see him. So
that scene. A couple things. I thought it was funny that Raylith was like to the Dark Aether. It's like, you mean me? Like, you think I am him? Like, I thought we went over this a while back. It's like, oh yeah, you're
yeah,
right. I guess I shouldn't bring this up to my superior because then I would look silly. Um, that was funny. And then
yeah.
the Algoriats, when it reminded me, seeing all the con lines overlap reminded me of like a Metal Gear Solid game.
Mm, yeah.
So it's like, don't go in the light.
Yeah, he definitely had some exclamation marks pop up there. Hmm?
Zoom.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so yeah, that's kind of it.
Oh,
The,
one other thing that was interesting was Raylith was trying to convince the other two to believe in El. So there was a whole lot of like philosophy and religious.
yeah, yeah, there was a
Um,
lot of that.
and then the other big thing was this version of Talcamar is Malshesh, and so this Talcamar exists after he trained Davian in
Yeah,
Dylanus.
yeah. So at some point, he is in there
Yeah, he
after
gets,
Dylanus. Yeah. Um, yeah. So it's weird.
but I don't know if
Um,
that's like a
if future or past, yeah,
if that's future past the current Caden
yeah,
or before Caden.
yeah. Because we don't know when he went to Thailand, and all the weird stuff. Yeah, it's very strange, but yeah. He also like says Zevalar and expects Davian to know what this is. So maybe this is like Elena Wan when it gets blown up by the columns or some weird shit like that.
I was
Um,
thinking of that. I had that as a prediction.
yeah, I can see that. Um, but yeah, that's kind of Davian. Not gonna lie, this stuff's interesting. I'm kind of ready for Davian to get out of this place. Hopefully with the Talcamar. We learn what the Khan thing. I'm guessing he's gonna like use the theory to like isolate the Khan and save the world or some shit like that. Do you get that idea? Whereas like since he can have essence inside the Khan, he can like do something, make the world that way, or maybe something like that. I don't know.
Okay, I didn't
I
think.
don't, yeah, I don't have a full theory. It's just like percolating that maybe that's something like that with the essence and the con working together as Davian is, and you can extrapolate that to like the entire world or some shit.
So I could tell you what prediction or interesting theory I had developed. Um, because it's stated multiple times over and over again that the um, older constructs cannot be destroyed by newer ones. They're stronger. And they're like, there's absolutely no way. So, what if they time travel is existing for them to go back in time and they create something back then? So they create a construct um, in the past before another one, and it sits there, and the other people don't know about it. And so now in the future, they're like, haha, guess what? This thing works.
Yeah, 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 maybe it's the freaking Crinarium. new crazy thing we learned about that we'll get to.
The what?
Cynarium, Cynarium,
Cerarium?
however you
Uh,
say that.
okay.
The big ball of power
Yeah.
that we learn about this. Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's David. Before we get too much into the weeds,
Uh, I had one more mention, or do you want to just go through everything there? Because you brought something up earlier about the Zavalar being like the ruins of Ilan.
could be, yeah.
And I did write that down as a prediction. And one of the things that two things like the catacombs that they were running through, or rather the tunnels that they were running through, um, reminded me a lot of the catacombs and everything that Asha went down through. And even in this section, Weir and Taris went
Yeah.
through. Uh, and uh, the the thing in the sanctuary, the
Yeah.
conduit.
Yeah.
The conduit kind of reminded me of that like power thing that was they saw in the breach.
Yeah. See that. Could see that. Makes sense. Uh, but yeah.
But we can move on to the next.
I don't really get much else with Davy. I just hopefully we're gonna get more future past Talkmar cool stuff. I don't remember. I don't think we've met the lady before.
Do you remember? I don't.
Ness or some shit like that. I don't think we met her. But I'm just
I
gonna
didn't write her
do.
name down.
It starts with the N. Um, she seemed cool, but um, I'll just do Weird next since Asha and Takuma are pretty connected.
Yeah.
Um, we learn that Alaric is a Nesk, and his sister has been tailing him and giving information for the past year. Uh, they may or may not join the I'm gonna guess they're gonna come in and save the day at the end. Um, they're gonna be a Deus Ex Machina um type thing. His sister exists, and she's like, "Hey, I'm here." That weird sister. She's like, "Hey, I'm here,"
Oh
and
yeah.
she's also like, "Hey, Aaron keeps talking to me like he's my dad, and it's very weird." And he's like, "Yeah, Aaron's kind of doing that a lot, and it's not cool." Which was funny because he talks to the king like he's like his brother and
His
stuff.
brother and
Uh,
talks to the sister like he's the dad.
yeah,
She's his daughter.
yeah.
But yeah, Weir's like, you got to remember, he spent a lot of time with dad, so dad probably told him stories of you.
Yeah. Ishali is going crazy whenever she leaves the toll, and it's getting worse. I have a connection to Alshesh, which we can get into. Maybe she's connected to the dark world, and that's what's driving her crazy. Like Alshesh did. We get that in Talkamore section, so we'll go over it then. They go to the grave. There's like a graveyard underneath the toll, and they go to Rethgar's, and there's two bodies that may or may not be Thel and Taris, or they just were made to look like them. Um, so that's something that's gonna pop up. Maybe Thel and Taris have been dead this entire time and they're shot to death, which would be kind of crazy. Or something else. You like
Echo.
that? Yeah, or Echoes or something weird like that. They're like, that's crazy. Let's go see the Shatet. And then like Springer's like, hey, what's up? I was sent by Talcomar, which we'll get into. We're gonna learn some stuff. Let's see. They learn that Wraithgar is an Exkingri? Not
Eshuri or something.
Shiri, which is basically an unbound Shateth, and he got one of the connections from Alshesh, so he's a augur as well. He's not the mysterious 13th augur. Let's Let's see. Oh, we learned about the attack that the Shatef tried to kill Weir at, and got captured. They like attacked him in the council chambers and killed a lot of people, which seemed pretty cool. Kind of wish we saw that on screen. Um, they let's see. Skriner starts interrogating them, but like he can like. So we learned that the Shateth are like not really the dead people. They're like actually demons that are possessing them, kind of thing, but they also are there as well.
They're
Which,
like a host that's
yeah,
mostly controlled.
yeah, which is a thing that happens in Throne of Glass, which is cool. That's just thrown out there for the Throne of Glass people. It's just kind of funny. Yeah, they learn that. Oh yeah, we did get captured on purpose. I'm like, oh cool. Um, so then they're like, all right, well, we need to learn more about this. So then they use Ishali's connection to the Banes to like see what they're doing. Like, hey, they're in Desriel and they're gonna come fuck us up. And they're like, oh, that's bad. And then they're like, all right, we need to kill the Shateth before they do whatever thing they were planning and like retreat from Illuminati. It's kind of all the stuff that happens there.
Basically. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the big stuff that happens there.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, be cool, I guess. I don't know what you got for this for weird stuff. Um,
I mean, there's more details, but we
oh
can
yeah.
we can talk about more stuff after you.
Oh, okay, if I want to go through all this stuff. All right, I'm gonna do Asha and Talkmore together because they kind of swap in and out sometimes. Let's see. Asha, she's still training against the Banes. She's trying to pull a Ven by learning how to beat time travel. By trying to like react instantly. Very very much like Venom was kind of funny. Let's see. Then like she's like, oh no, Diara's come early because stuff blows up. The wards go off. She's like, shit. And that's her stuff. Then Takamar, he like wakes up and he's like, oh, I'm still alive, and that really sucked. And Skriner's like, hey, I'm here. I was the one that was taking care of you. And
So my
we learn that
prediction there was wrong. It was not
yes,
Alchesh, it was
it
Cider.
was Skriner, yeah. He has a trace on him from Nethgala. As Takamura learns that the shot to for capture, he's like, "Hey, no, they're doing something. They're too cool." We learn that they're like basically demons and not the. We learn all the sorts of stuff. We learn more about Ashes that he went crazy, and he's also dead, very dead. And like his connection with the Dark Lands drove him insane until he had to die. And he had 13 connections, and that's the 13th augurs. We kind of thought of that last time, but it got confirmed. We learned that what the medallion is that Skriner got from the Purple Man guy. It's a sever, and he's like, "Hey, I got this. So when everybody's dead, I can just sever myself from the forge and then not die." And Takamaru's like, yeah, Death Gala wants that for me, but you do you. Let's see. Takamaru's like, yeah, I'm not really gonna work with Death Gala. She kind of sucks, but we're gonna kind of cross purpose stuff. How about you go see Weir and the stuff I already explained? And he's like, all right, cool. I'll do that. But we do find out that the mark of like the tenants or whatever is Nethgala's mark, which is kind of cool. I guess that means she's a venerant or underneath that binding. I guess that means she's a venerant, right?
Um,
Because all the venerant were bound by that rule for like whenever they make something to have their mark placed on it. But maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe everybody just has like a mark that appears when they do magic stuff.
yeah, I don't know. I didn't think too much. I
Yeah.
just Yeah.
I can't remember. The mark's not an animal, is it? I don't remember. I actually don't
No, I
remember
think
what the
it's
mark
the
looked like.
three S's.
Yeah. So maybe it's something different. Maybe it's just everybody has a personal
Isn't it the
magical.
three S's? Because it's
I
just,
I literally don't remember.
it was like it's the mark that the gifted get, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And they were
So
talking about it's like, oh, yeah, the veteran would not have realized that it was such and such. They would have just, oh, it's the ath.
yeah. And they're like, she's like, they were like, yeah, she did that so they wouldn't know that it was your mark if you tried to do this whole tributary thing. That was kind of cool. Let's see. We learned about the Sinarium, which is basically a big storage battery that's powering the boundary, and everything, and kind of like all the different tributaries feed into it. Basically that, but it has a cool
Do
name.
you think that's the conduit, or is it different?
I think so. If he's like they're gonna blow up Elena line, it's gonna be bad. It makes sense that it would be the same thing. Um, let's see.
Because
He gets
they always talked about it having so much essence that or
yeah, like
power.
kills people. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Uh, yeah, I don't see why you would do two different things. Even though it seems like everybody in Elena line knows what it is, and it's supposed to be kept secret. So I don't know. So maybe it's not that. Um, let's see. Yeah. He also gets a memory from where Asha is because he like erased it so he couldn't get tortured out of him. He gets the travel stones from Shriner, so they're gonna do something. We kind of find out why the Lith were a problem. They like sent assassins and the assassin didn't assassinate anybody, so they're like, yeah. I don't know, it was kind of funny. So yeah,
Well,
he talks about like the Lith. It was the Lith with Licanius, and it was like, and Scriner's like, they were a problem. He's like, yes, they sent assassins after us, but the assassin died. I'm like, all right, cool. Um, so I don't know. It's
I
just it
mean,
was
they did. He did say that sometimes they did almost kill them.
yeah, but yeah, but it's not like yeah. It was just kind of funny. I was like, yeah, they failed to assassinate you. They were such a problem. Um, it was just kind of me poking fun. But yeah, so they could like. With Lycanians, they can like travel and fight stuff. Lycanians can't be destroyed. He goes to see Asha. He's like, man, I wonder if she's able to like even stabilize the thing. She kind of sucks because I underestimate her because I've spoken to her like twice in this entire series, even though I entrust her with all this power. And then he like goes into the Dokkan and gets immediately blown up. It was really funny. Um, He's like, what's happening? Yeah, we learned that Seer is in Nest, which we've already kind of talked about. We meet up with Asha, and Asha is like, yeah, I know you're Arkham David and all that stuff. Uh, everybody finally know. Forgot what here. Everybody finally knows who Takamura is. We don't have to go through this again. So Asha knows, Weir knows who
We're
Takamura is.
finally
I
knows.
know, yeah. Uh, that was a funny thing. I was gonna be annoyed if Skriner was like, "Shut up, Shatef," and didn't tell Weir, so didn't know still. It'd be kind of funny if he never knew until like the end of the book. It's like, wait, what? Who is Takumar? He's Ark and Divide. Um,
I kind almost think that Talcamar isn't Arcane Divide. I feel like I have a far-fetched prediction that Alaris is actually Arcane Divide, Arcane Divide. Um, and he's convinced Talcamar that he is just because he's like gaslighting him. He's like, you did all these things when it was really Alaris that did it.
they like gave Takumar like all of his memories or something.
Um, I mean, not necessarily like erased some of Talcamar's memories, maybe that
Yeah,
like the couple that was like, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't do those things. Um, or something else.
Yeah, I mean,
It's as confusing as the book is.
yeah, I mean, I could see it, but I think it would be unsatisfying if it was true. Just because now everybody's already he's been said so many times, it'd be kind of like, eh. Well, he meets his wife again, his like fake wife, who's not Nethgala, but actually his memories of her. She's like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Oh, this sucks because you're dead, but I was gonna like stay here forever in tributary." All right. Then we go back to Asha's section. Let's see. Yeah. So she meets up with Takumar after he gets blown up by the wards. Um, and he kind of explains the plot. Like it doesn't make much sense. Did did we know that Shemaloth was trapped in the boundary, and his Shemaloth needs to get to Dylanus to blow up the world? Did we know that?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so. It was very weird. I was like, okay. But yeah, because I thought Shemaloth was free and like talk with everybody. But it seems like Shemaloth is in the boundary.
Meanwhile, I thought Elle was trapped by
Yeah.
Shemaloth, and Elle needed to get out.
Yeah. But then what if because he says if Shemaloth gets to the boundary, it's gonna open the rift and live in the Darklands, right? So he's like, I don't want that to happen. And then yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, let me see. I have a thing of choice. I have his explanation of basically what's going on. Because I was like, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't really get that, but all right.
a lot of it's hard to follow.
Yeah. Let's
So I'm just like, okay, sure, that's a plan.
see. Yeah. Uh, uh,
But and I think what makes it more confusing is that some of the characters are confused about what actually is real in the world.
yeah.
And then some of them also flip-flop. So sometimes, and when they talk about
Why
it,
did I put the wrong?
sometimes they talk about it as if they know for a fact
Yeah.
it's this way. So they're like unreliable narrators.
Yeah. And he's been um okay. Uh all right. For some reason my page numbers were very wrong. Um okay. He's like, what we're fighting, why we're fighting. He was like, I thought we were gonna fight Arkham Divide. Like, that's funny. Uh okay. He spent the next hour summarizing the situation. Having once believed that the force now contained within the boundary was El himself. Okay. So there's a force contained within the boundary. Did not know that. He once fought alongside the other Venerant, at first for the cause that seemed good and just, but reasonable. Blah, blah, you may know that. Finally accepting the task of destroying Darcia in order to force the creation of Tylanus to make the rift for stuff that the creation of the device that had subsequently torn wide the rift between here and the Darkland, giving Shemaloth a chance to escape time and bring the horror of the Darklands to this world. So, because that was
So
before,
The Darisians wanted to use the Javet in Dylanus to
yeah,
open a portal.
to basically go back in time and stop the Ark and Divide from murking them. That was the original goal,
No.
right?
Well,
No?
yes. So yes, the High Dionysians.
Yeah,
So Gerardus, right?
yeah,
So Gerardus and his people created the Javet in Atlantis, and it was
mhm,
their intention to open it up to be able to go back in time and use powers to stop Talcamar from killing the High Dionysians, in the
yeah,
field of whatever.
yeah, yeah.
But the appearance of him there caused them to open it up prematurely,
Surely.
which I think it was then
When,
corrupted by Shemaloth in the Darklands.
yeah. But then that means that Shemaloth was never like a presence in this world, but then used its influence to make all the Venerate do all this shit for that to happen to unleash him on the world. And then the Ashura, which happened later, trapped him somehow. I don't get that part. I don't get that part of him. Okay. Let's see. Bring it okay. Ashana. Okay. Blah, 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 okay. So the only way to close a rift is to kill everybody that uses con. Uh, the erase the existence of any unnatural link between here and the Darklands. That doesn't include the Banes, or the Ath. Sealing the rift that cuts them off from con, but then okay, okay. So like that is kind of the situation. There's somewhere later where she's like, if L can't reach Dylanus, or it's gonna, or Shamailov can't reach Dylanus, or it's gonna break the world. So
Yeah.
apparently that's new information to me. It was kind of confusing.
Now, I will say this talk, it reminded me of something that Rayleigh was telling Davian about the beliefs in, like, so the Venerate believe that there should be zero influence of gods,
Yeah,
but their powers, the Khan powers, which they have control of and augurs have control
yeah,
of, come from Shemaloth in the Darklands. They're
yeah.
the powers are given to them by a deity, but they don't believe that the deity should have control.
I think it's gonna be something where like it's gonna be like Wheel of Time, where you need the Dark One to have the Creator, and you need a mixture. So we need to like do a thing to
Yeah.
so close a thing so they can both live in harmony or some shit like that.
Well,
Um,
that's what Rayleigh
yeah,
believes should happen. It's like, yes, the deities and their influences should exist in the world because it's what makes it beautiful.
yeah,
But that's still confusing. Like, huh?
yeah. I just didn't the thing of El or Shemelov needing to go to Dylanus, and that's like a thing we need to stop. I never knew anything about that. It seems weird. But anyway, yes. So we kind of learned that shit, and he's like, "Hey, we need to get you out of the tributary," and I don't know shit about shit, so we need the Lith to do it because they know stuff. And he's like, also like, "Hey, I need information, so I'm gonna stab Alaris with this with the information sword." Um, let's see. What else happens? Uh, oh yeah. So they summon Gyarados, and he's like pissed off, but he's like, all right, I can do it. There's a couple of things I need in return. One, Takamari, you can't harm the augurs. We're gonna need somebody to take Asha's place. Because that's what we have to do. And then uh
He
uh
must kill
yeah,
himself
yeah, yeah, he has to kill him. Yeah, he has to kill himself.
after he's satisfied that all the other Venerate are gone, he has to kill himself.
Yes. And we find out that the Lith believe that with all like the connections to the Forge or whatever dead, that they can leave. They can like have the rift. They can make a door basically for the rift instead of closing completely. They can have like little things come out, and nobody will. There's not enough con for Shemailoth to like break out. That's kind of like they're like, we think Takumar's wrong. So we'll see what's there. But he agrees to it, and he like does the binding. Also adds a thing like if they can't really, so the Lith can't betray him. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go to see Alaris. He goes to the wells. He fights Alaris. He stabs him. That's where he learns about the columns. He gave the Gilshari the columns. They're gonna blow up Elenalan, and that's when we kind of find out El the needs to go to like Dylanus to do some crazy shit. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna go to Elenalan, and that's kind of his stuff. Asha's final stuff is
Oh,
she
did you
fights.
mention the Banes are all with the
Ye
Desrielites?
no, but I think we did that and weird stuff. But if not, yeah, all the missing Banes are in Gilshar.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
confirmed in two ways. We got it with
yeah, yeah,
Alaris saying and
yeah,
Shateth.
yeah. So yeah,
No, not Shateth. Isho.
all the bad stuff is in Gilshar. Uh, Asha stuff. She fights Daira. She does the predicting the future thing and stabs her, but doesn't kill her. And she loses the fight, but she summoned Gyarados into the token. He does like a cool ear maneuver that paralyzes her, and we find out that Diara kind of sucks. She like tortured them and stuff back in the thing. And
I
and
kind
then
of this fight with Diara was my favorite part,
yeah, it was cool.
and it kind of what Gyarados did to her kind of reminded me like a feeble mind spell, just kind
Yeah.
of like made her dumb.
Yeah, because they didn't want to kill her because then she just come back as a new body. Oh, we also find out that like if Takumar succeeds in blowing up everything, the Lith are gonna go try to kill uh Asha, which I don't understand how they could do that considering she has their power. Did you get that? I'm like, how are you gonna fight her? She has all of y'all's power.
Yeah, I
That
I
was a little weird, but he's like, yeah, unfortunately, like if Takamar succeeds, we're gonna have to go kill you. And she's like, all right, no, I'm gonna be ready for you, and I have literally all your power, so I don't know how you're gonna beat me.
I
Um,
mean, it makes sense that they would want to kill her so that their power returns to them, but
yeah,
why they believe they have a viable plan to do that or a
yeah,
chance to succeed is.
yeah. It was a little weird.
But alternatively, she gains nothing by killing all of them.
True,
Like, sure, she could kill
but
them all,
but
but
they can,
then,
but they must still be able to use their power, right? Like the essence. Well, maybe I mean no, I mean the shadows can't.
the shadows can't, but we don't know about them. But I mean,
Yeah, but then how would they kill her? Maybe they
I
have like weird technology. We'll see.
I had also forgotten that they are now able to exist in the world
Yeah,
without being in Resgartha because of the binding.
yeah,
It was funny. I had this moment in this book. I was like, man, it's a year later. Why why are they not coming after Chalcomar for not fulfilling the oath? And I'm like, oh wait, no, never mind. He did.
yeah, yeah. That was funny. Oh, he's also like, hey, we've finished the thing to get you out of the tributary, but you need another person to be put in there. And then we're basically gonna like put a binding on you, so it's like a little like they're gonna they're gonna energy funnel through you to them that you can break at any time, but it would kill them. So all right, predictions. That's all the characters. Predictions. Who do you think is gonna be her the person to go in the tributary?
Um, you just put I never thought about it before, but the first
Okay.
person that just came to my mind was Fessy.
All right. All right. Have to get her from the other side of the wall. Uh, that'd be kind of cool. Uh, I think like who would make the like it's not gonna be weird.
Could be his sister.
Could be a sister. Um, maybe just because it would give good drama. Maybe it's Caroline, who may or may not return to this book. We get a mention of her, like, yeah, I checked up on her in the north or whatever. Um,
That would be interesting. That would that would feed into another like emotional thing with Talcamar.
yeah,
I could
and
see
like
that.
and like if you know if Asha has to like break it, it'd be very tragic or something. I don't know. Yeah, it'd be something cool like that. Hopefully, or either that's like gonna be like Scrainer or something. Um, and then we're like, we could just kill you by breaking this thing. Um, but yeah, that's kind of it. So we basically got uh things on the near future. We got a big battle in Elenalan, that we
Uh,
know.
did you mention that at the
Yeah,
end Talcamar is heading? Oh yeah, you did. Talcamar's heading to Warren to Ilin Alan.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So basically, here's where our people stand. Davian is gonna learn how to save the world from future, past, present Talcamar. S- some form of time Talcamar. Uh,
Hey,
Asha, yeah,
I mean, he is out of the bounds of time, apparently.
that's true. Asha is gonna get free and do something. If I guess it would have to be after Elena Lan because Talcamar has to like I guess install another person into the tributary. So I don't know what she's gonna be doing for this next section. Talcamar and we are gonna be doing a little long shit. Uh, and yeah, it's kind of where we leave off. So it's interesting.
Interesting.
It's interesting because I'm guessing the Elenolon battle happens like next section, right? Like
It has to.
three-fourths of the way through the book. So then it's gonna be like,
Because like the last quarter has to be like the resolution.
yeah.
So I'm pretty
But then,
sure right now we're about to hit some the shit is about to hit the fan. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
yeah. What's weird because I do think both Asha and Davian are can't really be present for obviously Davian unless he steps out of time or some weird shit happens and you could have like a portal. Um, but also we know that Elendilon's gonna get blown up. So I wonder if it's like not gonna be like if it's gonna be like an anticlimax for Elendilon, like uh, Weir and everybody's gonna like they're gonna retreat with Talcamar, and then Lenelon's gonna get blown up, and then the battle will be
Is it gonna be like Odium did with Carbroth?
yeah, maybe something like that, and then then they start amassing at Dilanus, and that's where the final fight's gonna be. I could see something like that.
Yeah, or
I don't know.
oh, I thought you were frozen for a second and
Oh
you
no,
blinked.
I was in deep thought.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know where the end happens. I mean, obviously Elena Lon has a lot to do with it, but Dylantis has a lot as well.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I think. Excuse me. Um, yeah, I think the Nesk thing, you and I have both called it, even though we're was like worried that armies from Nesk were going to come up. I think whatever happened with Aelric down there, um, which I don't know how, because like Nesk, it was described as a
Yeah, like
like slave
slavers or
state.
just yeah.
So it's like somehow he went down there and became a good person, but head of like all these slavers and convinced them to come
You know
up
what
and
it Nesk kind of reminds me of what it could be. Yeah, so real time spoilers for the final book. I'm gonna try to be pretty vague. There is a group of people that show up in the final battle out of nowhere that
oh
are
yeah,
very important. That kind of that makes you think what Nest is gonna happen with Nest.
that
It's-
yeah, yes, I agree.
yeah,
That is a
but
good com
yeah,
comparison.
I have a feeling it's gonna be something like that, where they're like, we've been working with Talcumar for thousands of years, or something, preparing for this day,
Yeah.
something like that. That's why we've been.
Oh, so prediction theory. What if the person that they said Aelric was in trouble with, that he had to go meet with, what if that person was actually Seer? And like this whole time, like Seer saw, and like it was one of those things where it's like you need to be here at this time for this to happen and this connection to be made,
Yeah, I can see that.
even though it's circular. But I mean, a lot of the stuff in here is circular, so
It kind of has to be with
is
the nature of this time travel. Yeah, I
it
could see some. I could see something like that.
what is it is it a bootstrap paradox where
I
one thing
forget.
can't exist without
Yeah,
the other, but that other thing can't exist without this thing?
yeah. The Terminator paradox, where Skynet creates itself.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I yeah. I hope the Alara stuff is cool. It's probably gonna feel a little like eye rolly, but since we kind of know it's gonna happen, I think it'll be cool. Um, and also like what I've said is like the Elenalan country, forget the name of it, Andorra or whatever. And
Indara.
I thought that was the name of it, but it doesn't matter. They're like so comically overmatched that they kind of need a secret country that's been fortifying their forces for millennia to come in and if that's the case, just to give them a fighting chance. I'm just gonna say the other thing in case one of our few listeners has also finished Throne of Glass. Something else that with this fight reminds me of Throne of Glass, but I won't spoil that for Brandon.
Thank you.
I'll be very vague.
Thank
Um,
you.
uh, it's pretty cool. Into Throne of Glass is really good. We should do
I'll
the
I'll probably
we should do the final book as a podcast.
I'll probably get there. Um,
I really like the final book. It
I
gets
really have to say it's not my favorite writing. Um, it really is like a 5 out of 10 writing.
mhm.
Um, I'm struggling with some of the things that are happening in book three here because it really does. You've mentioned it before. In book three, it really does change, and
It's basically a different book.
yeah, it's a different series. And some of the characters I really don't care about, and I'm like, why are we following these people?
Yeah.
Um,
The witch.
yes,
The witch gets cool.
yeah, I'm just
She
like,
basically is like the second main character of the series from then on.
okay. I mean, I get that she's
It's really
supposed to
weird.
be.
It's really weird that she it's maybe not it's not the greatest writing. It's very very fun. It's kind of the opposite of this book as Thorn of Glass, where like this book, the writing is really good, but like everything around it, I'm kind of like meh about to like okay. Where like Thorn of Glass is like the writing's not that great, but all the characters are fun and the shit that happens is fun. So I enjoy it. But they're both probably around the same amalgamated quality to me. I probably enjoy Throne of Glass more than this just because it's basically popcorn. Um, while
I'm the
this,
opposite, so
yeah, it's just kind of funny. It just tastes. Um, but yeah, this I'm enjoying this. I'm really curious where it's gonna go. I will say this. I really need Davian to either get out of the time bubble or for this Talcmar stuff to be really interesting. Because, like, I will say this, I was like, oh no, his people got killed by the darkness, and then he got bullied and lost half of his stuff. I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care. I know it's just like table setting to get us to Talcmar and it'll be more interesting, but like, we're halfway through the final book now. I don't need any more of that shit. I need like everything to just start, like you said, start snowballing more. Like I don't need random. Oh, I gotta get metal to stay alive. It's like I don't need any more of that shit. It was kind of cool. It would have been really cool in book two. This is the final book of the series. Don't need any of that stuff.
so a couple other things. Uh, One big thing I wanted to talk about also, we get a little bit more about Talcamar and his upbringing. It's weird to me thinking about immortals having a beginning of life, but hey,
Yeah,
they just don't have a real end of life most of the time. But anyway, we get more information about him and Ellie, and he was a orphan, and wherever he lived, like the ruling family would take in the orphans, and like basically the orphans would end up having a better life than anybody else. So it's like, sure, like if you were an orphan, you would get taken in by LeBron James's family and be set up for life as a millionaire. But if you were born to a middle class family that did enough well and survived and was able to provide food, then that's where you stayed the entire time. Uh, this
yeah,
is what I kind of got here. But weirdly enough, they didn't allow these orphans that they took on as wards almost. They didn't let them interact with their family and their kids. And so like he snuck into the gardens almost like Rand did with
yeah.
Elaine, and finds her and thinks that she didn't see him for a few times, and then she's like, "Oh no, I knew you were there the whole time. I was just wondering when you were gonna come and talk to me," um, type thing. Uh, so I kind of like seeing more about Talcamar's past because I really feel like this book, regardless of everything else that's going on in the plot on screen or on page,
Yeah,
I think it's going to, and whether or not it has a good payoff. Um, One potential thing, or rather, let me finish the other thought. I
yeah,
really think that it all centers around Talcmar and his love life and him trying to fix things. And it's
yeah,
been hinted at so many times with Neth Gala, and all this stuff. Um, so it was good to me. It was a little more satisfying to get more glimpse into that because I feel like that is the reason why a lot of things are happening.
yeah.
Um, and then so
It's the weirdness about the series where it's like Caden Talcumar, he's the main character of the story, but of not the series, right? Like I guess Davian is probably the main character of the series, but not the story. And it's the weird thing about it, where like you would feel like, like a more traditional story, Caden would be the main character, and he really isn't, and that's one of the weird things about it.
So what if a hypothetical thing here? How would you feel if this series, by the end of this book, what we find out is that all um all of this time travel stuff and these loops and cycles and everything were created because of some decision that Talcamar made, and like the story that's being shown in this book is like in a pocket dimension that needs to resolve, and it goes back to an origin world where Talcamar is.
I mean, depending on how it's done, it could be good. Um,
So basically, the backstory of Talcamar and his wedding, the aftermath of that creates a
like a
separate
different
timeline,
timeline.
and then that this story is that timeline, and it keeps going and going around and around and circular, and it's like no, nothing can be done until something happens and it breaks, which eventually makes everything that happened within this book series almost irrelevant to the
Yeah.
resolution of his wife dying. But
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like for most like time travel stories, like it it they all make the actual events of the thing like irrelevant, right? Unless it's like one of the things where it's like a 13th Monkeys or something where like you can't change the past, and then it's just kind of like finding out that twist or how it is. But if they are gonna like change it, like if it's gonna be like a Avengers Endgame, right? That makes Infinity War like that. Those events are irrelevant because they get erased, right? But they're still fun to go through and stuff. So
you
like.
said 13 monkeys, it's 12 monkeys.
12 Monkeys. Whatever. It's just a number. It was a one-off. That's a good movie if you haven't seen it. Um,
We talked about, I haven't seen it,
oh,
but
it's very good. Um,
I'll see if Christy wants to watch it.
yeah, it's got Brad Pitt and Bruce Willis in it. Um, I hopefully didn't get anything too much away from the ending. Um, but yeah. So like I think it's gonna be more. My prediction for this thing is it's gonna be more like a flashpoint or freaking butterfly effect where he's gonna like do something, he's gonna like stop Shamilov from entering Dilanus and get sucked into the thing, and he's gonna like figure out that since he's gonna like do something where like, he has to like stop himself from meeting his wife, and it's gonna be really sad. He's gonna live, eternity alone or some shit like that. It's gonna be. I have a feeling it's gonna be something like that to save just to undo all the bad shit that happened. He has to like sacrifice his love for eternity or some shit like that. It's a little bit more cliche, but it's kind of where and then maybe he gets with Nicola and she has a happy ending. She's like, "Yes,
I
I
can see
win."
that. I can see
Uh,
that. So it's funny you brought up butterfly effect. I think we've both seen that.
it's been a while, but I remember he stops himself from meeting Mila Kunis or whatever, or like the other one he like kills himself in the womb, which is kind of crazy.
No,
Uh,
yeah, that was the alternate ending, and I thought
yeah,
that one was even better. I was like, when I watched
yeah,
that alternate ending, I was like, oh, that should have been the ending. Like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
awesome. Like,
yeah. I have a feeling the ending's gonna be something like that. I like, yeah. It's gonna be something. If people actually cried at the end of the thing, it's gonna have to be something like that. Or it's like Davian does something. He has to like create something with Khan outside of time to seal everything away, and he has to like be like bye Asha, and like somebody's gonna have to like sacrifice himself for this to be like super sad for people to cry. Um,
You something came up to mind. There's a puppet comedian named Randy Feltface. He's this little purple puppet from Australia. Hilarious. And he tells these elaborate stories. And there was one where he's like, I bought a bookshelf off of Gumtree the other day. And it's like this 15-minute bit where he talks about in great detail how he goes to somebody's house that was selling a bookshelf. And basically Gumtree is like a marketplace or something over there. And all this shit happens. And then at the end, he's just like, and guess what? I just made that story up. And how does that feel? Knowing that Morgan was so real and now all of a sudden, poof, gone, non existent.
that's funny.
That the payoff was great. So, uh,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. One thing I do wish.
I gotta send you that video.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. One thing I do wish about this series, and I think more books would have helped it, is how little our main characters see each other. It's kind of crazy. Like Davy and Asha saw each other for like half a chapter at the end of book two, and like 2 chapters at the end of book one. I think that's like it. It's kind of crazy, and they were supposed to be like romantically in love with each other. It's kind of insane. Like we're so Asha some in book one, like a little bit in book two, and like so far none. And like Talcum, the same thing with like Talcum. We're just now finding out that he's like Arkham Divide and shit. It's kind of insane when you think about it.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, like I really think. I mean, like, so it's gonna be weird, like emotional payoff if like Davian dies and it's like Asha is all devastated or something. It's like we really haven't seen them interact at all, and it's kind of crazy.
I agree.
But yeah,
There's not
uh,
much interaction with all our main characters.
yeah, because like I think most of last book and this book, I was able to do the chapters by just not even chapters, just by the characters, and only now Asha and Takamar and Takamar and Weir have interacted. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to the end. Like not as a negative, just like I'm actually really curious how it's gonna end. Um, and
Yeah, I am too.
I don't think it's gonna like drastically change my opinion. I also don't think it will like like obviously if it's like god awful, it could change my opinion to the negative. I don't think right now it would like it could change my opinion too much to the negative for me to like even if like this ultimately not that satisfying, I don't think it would like negatively influence it that much more than what I'm already at, where it's just like this is really solid to good fantasy. If you mileage might vary on the plot, but it's good.
It's good writing.
Yeah.
Like it is good writing.
Yeah, it does make me curious about his sci-fi series. Um maybe some I don't know anything about the plot, but maybe something a little bit less ambitious uh would be more interesting. So I'm curious about that one.
I
I
read
haven't
the
looked.
back of the first book over the weekend, and it seemed to have similar theme of like fate. I was like, oh, we're going down this road again. Almost like it really reminded me of C.S. Friedman and
Hmm.
how the Magistrate trilogy and the Coldfire trilogy, they kind of touched a little bit on the same themes,
Yeah, kind of.
um, but a little bit different. I need to reread all those. Like
Yeah.
those two trilogies were really good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Magistrate. I need to reread the Magistrate. I would do that with you if you want to do that because it's been a while. I haven't really, and they're fairly short too. Those books are cool though.
They are fairly short compared
Yeah,
to
compared to
Brandon
epic fantasy.
Sanderson.
Yeah,
I,
I,
I just
I
remember that
I compare everything to fucking 1,000-page books now. It's kind of crazy. Like, no, it's only 700 pages. That's short as hell.
the second book I think came out in the was 2008, was it, when you and I and
Mm,
Ashley and them all went to Orange Beach
mm,
on spring break, and it was
1,000.
cold. It was like in April, so it was cold. We really didn't get to go in the water much.
Mm.
A weird trip,
That
but
was that was a weird trip.
um, yeah, I had that book. That book had just come out right before that trip. So,
Yeah, they're fun. Um,
anything else we need to talk about
no,
here?
no, I think I'm good.
Oh,
Uh, yeah,
I thought another thing I thought was interesting was when he was talking about the Dokken and the fact that, there was information in the Dokken, even though the Dokken is basically powered by Talcamar, there's information in it that he doesn't know.
yeah, it's because he like can segment his mind, kind of.
Yeah. So there's information in there from Seer and Andrael.
Yeah,
Um, so
that he doesn't know.
oh, one other thing, and I know I didn't let you discuss that when I
Yeah, you're
just
good.
brought up, but the builders. So it really, I have a note here. Sorry, my back is killing me.
No, you're good.
Um, there was a note of are the builders, are they precursors to the Darisians, or are they some like eldritch horror, ancient eldritch of this land? Because
Yeah,
we get information about them. Um,
yeah. For a bit, I thought they were basically the snake people, but people find out like they hinted that, and then they immediately say like that's wrong. Yeah, so I don't know. There's something. Maybe they're just El and Shemaloth that are like there's a bunch of them. It's a pantheon.
yeah.
Um, I don't know. I we might get it. We might not. I don't know. It'll be interesting.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Curious. Davian has to get out of the time bubble this section.
He
If
has
he
to.
if he doesn't, I'm gonna be a little sad. Either that or something really cool is gonna happen with Talcamar. Either way, he either needs to get out or he needs to get out of Zemalar. He doesn't have to like go to Eleanor or anything like that. He just needs to do something else. I'm done with this storyline. It was kind of cool, but yeah, that's my big hope.
Yeah, I think he will.
I assume so. There's not that much book left.
Like I really feel like he's gonna go back to where Rayleigh is. He's somehow going to fight against Ishisheth,
Yeah.
or whatever, and then get back to he's gonna get back to that tower
Hmm.
with Rayleigh and
And Nethgala.
Nethgala, and is she there?
She's in the flash forward where he fights. It's just
Okay.
um
I
yeah.
forgot where is that's in book two where he
That's
fights the
in that's
snake.
in that's in book two.
Is that
Uh
not is that where he like killed all
that's
the
right. Yeah, all the
the
Gishandras, he fights
Cassandra?
them. Yeah.
And then he killed the snake there too.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, I need to go back and reread that.
Same.
So,
Um,
all right,
that's
yeah,
that's not in Zevlor, so that needs to happen.
that's like in the seclusion or something.
Yeah. 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 It's gonna be interesting, and I'm yeah, I've got nothing left.
All right, well, with that being said, our next section is through chapter 41. So get to the end of chapter 41, and that's where we're going to stop for this next session. And then after that, we get to finish the book
And the series.
and the series. Yay!
Yay!
I'm gonna be happy. Like it's been fun, but I'm curious how this ends.
Yeah. Same. Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna try to come with some spicy end of series predictions.
oh,
Yeah.
like spicy, like a crown, a
We'll see
horn
how
of
it goes. We'll see how spicy they get. Read my fan fiction.
Your romanticy fan fiction.
Yes. Um,
So, who ends up making love to Darth Gathans?
Talcmore, obviously.
Talcamar does. Okay. Well, Talcamar just goes has sex with
Yeah.
every race.
That's how he saves the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has sex with the Lith as well.
Yeah.
Elatai,
Yeah.
um,
Ungolots.
Algoriats,
Algoriats, whatever.
Ungulants. What are the others? The
He goes in
Shantat.
the he goes in the Wheel of Time, has some sex with some Trollocs.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, oh no, I broke the wheel. He picks it
Especially
up.
Narg. He has sex with Narg,
Yeah, there you go.
the only Trolloc to talk.
But yeah, you can hear all that and more in the next episode of the Paperweights.
Uh, and so if you've made it this far, thank you so much. We appreciate you listening and interacting with us. If you do, um, click if you haven't already, which you probably have. If you've watched this much, hit like, hit follow, subscribe, share with your friends, your enemies, your frenemies, your congressmen, the president. Share it with all those people. Leave a rating and review where possible. Any of those and all of those help with the visibility of this podcast and allows more people like us to enjoy content like this. Uh, Justin and I would be doing this regardless if we recorded ourselves and if anybody listened.
Yeah,
Maybe not as long at one time, but you know.
yeah, and we're coming up on ending a series. So if you got any series suggestions for next, I think we have a couple of ideas, but nothing is definitive. So throw your suggestions in there. It's your chance to be heard.
Yeah, yeah, we'll give you a shout out. So yeah, do all those things and visit our sponsor, Mudcat Whiskers. The website is mudcatwhiskers.com, and you can use code paperweights at checkout, and you're going to save yourself some money. And thank you, and we'll see you next time.